A millionaire pretended to be homeless and walked inside a restaurant. This is what happened next. People always admired Kobe and treated him with respect. Being a wealthy millionaire, he had lived almost all his life in the best of luxuries. Wherever he went, he received first-class treatment and people were eager to please him and enter his good books. But Kobe began to wonder if it was all because he was dressed expensively and had an air of wealth about him. So, he decided to find out the truth. Kobe Person has over 3 million followers on YouTube. In 2018, he decided to dress up as a homeless person to carry out a social experiment. He planned in advance for how he would dress and where he would go. So, Kobe wore shabby clothing and took on an unkempt, disheveled appearance. He carried a garbage bag and wrapped himself in a blanket. He wore a woolen cap and walked his way down the street towards a Florida eatery. He wanted to see how they would react, now that he wasn't dressed all that well anymore. The man in his 20s can be seen approaching the restaurant dressed in scruffy clothing and a strange, large garbage bag. A staff member was standing at the entrance. Kobe approached him as a homeless man and smiled. The man at the entrance pretended that he had not noticed the man at all. Kobe continued to stand there, but the man didn't move forward to greet him. He realized that this was how it was going to be. Then, he approached the man himself. "Hi, how are you? I would like to get a table for me and my friend Ronaldo," he said to the man. Then, the man noticed him and looked confused. "Can I see the menu?" Kobe continued. The man scanned his appearance from head to toe. Then, he said, "Sorry, we are not going to be able to do it, sir." He shook his head as Kobe looked at him in anticipation. "Ah. This place is a little too expensive for you." The man gave him a disapproving look once again. Kobe was not used to getting such treatment. He had always been greeted and welcomed at every restaurant. He had always been given special treatment by the staff. But he was taken aback to hear those words that day. Trying to maintain his composure, he asked once again, "Please, do you have any menu I can see?" He wanted to give the man another chance to redeem himself and see if he answered differently. But the man remained adamant. "No, sir. We are not going to serve you today. I am sorry about that," he said. Then, Kobe told the man that he had a lot of money. Kobe still ensured that he remained courteous and polite throughout the entire conversation. But despite telling him that he had the money, the host refused to let him in and stood firm at the entrance. Astounded, Kobe stood there, looking at the rudeness of the man. Turned out that now, the man did not want Kobe within his sight altogether. He inched forward and asked Kobe to go away. "Can you please get away? Go eat at McDonald's, some other options, but not here," he snapped. Kobe was now speechless. He quietly walked away from the restaurant, muttering a silent "wow." Clearly, he did not expect such bad treatment. Then, he whipped out his phone from his pocket to dial his driver Ronaldo. As he started dialing, the man called out to him once again. Kobe probably thought that at last, he had changed his mind. But then he simply said, "Do you mind making your phone call off the property, please?" Kobe just said yes and continued dialing the number. "Can you please get away? Stand over there." The man snapped and pointed towards an empty corner, away from the restaurant. Kobe nodded and walked off as he awaited Ronaldo to answer his call. As it turned out, the rude host was in for quite a surprise. Kobe dialed his friend Ronaldo. He had it all planned out, but was secretly hoping that he wouldn't have to resort to this measure. "Hi, Ronaldo, you need to come here right now. They are not letting us eat here." Even as Kobe spoke over the phone, the host walked up to him and ordered him to go farther away. The man had been so rude that Kobe had no option but to teach him a lesson. "He's kicking me out. Can you get here right now?" Kobe said. Within a few minutes, a sparkling white Rolls-Royce turned up at the entrance of the restaurant. Ronaldo, Kobe's friend, walked out of the swanky car as the host looked on. Then, he took out a suitcase from the trunk. He handed the suitcase to Kobe in front of the host. The host looked on out of curiosity. Then, Kobe took the suitcase to the man and opened it to show him it was filled with money. The host looked at the suitcase and went speechless. As Kobe kept looking at him, he hung his head low and couldn't utter a word. "I told you I had money," Kobe said, utterly disappointed with what he had just discovered. The man didn't dare to even look Kobe in the eye anymore. "You know, it's crazy how you judge people just by their appearance," he continued. "I might buy this restaurant just to fire you." Then, Kobe walked away with Ronaldo to eat at another restaurant down the road. The man stood there in silence as the onlookers watched on, probably contemplating his actions. It is really not difficult to treat others with respect. With a simple act, Kobe showed that one must not judge a book by its cover.